Hey, shalom, shalom, all praises, honor, glory goes to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, Elder Bishop of the Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to you, fellow brothers, pushing out this word in truth and sincerity. Shabbat coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha, Kodash. All right, shalom, shalom to all the believers out there. Peace. Fight for their faith in these wicked, evil times. Okay, this is going to be a sit-down lesson. I'm going to work the title out, but it's something around the lines of AI will be used by our enemies to blame the ministry. And we can see just with these these AI tools that, regular people have, they're very deceptive and sometimes hard to differentiate, okay, between the real and the fake. And you can see that it can easily be turned against anybody. Okay, who's to say that a lot of things that are in the TV already are not fake or not AI? Remember, these movie companies, these films with, all this sci-fi stuff and all, and it doesn't even have to be sci-fi actually. All these special effects. A lot of what you see in the movies are special effects, which is pretty much AI technology. So they've been using it for years. And one would just, if you were just to think about it, right? The small technology that the people have, what do you think the top wicked elites, what do you think they have at their disposal? Okay, to, you got the deep fakes. You can transplant people's faces. So I was, of course, this video came out. I'm pretty sure you saw this from the elder Amawan Gabar, GMS Awakening 144. And then, the apostles made some, I know the apostle Elder Tahar, he did a response and a couple other brothers did responses. And when this response came out, there was another video that I just saw AI. I was trying to find it. But I wasn't able to find it. I was looking through my history. I don't know. It just took it from my algorithm about the AI, because I was going to do a lesson on that the other day, but I didn't get to it. So now the spirit's on me to get to it. So I got a couple of videos just showing you about AI and the powers of AI, and we already know that they're gonna use this to blame the ministry. Okay, so just be prepared for that. Esau in his miracles. This is all part of his miracles. Okay, everything that you see online is not real. You got a lot of. I'm not going to even go into that, but let's play this.
I clicked on it. I'm like, all right, maybe he talking about Naquan from Watchmen for Israel or something. Got some shit to say or whatever, or whatever. So I clicked on it, and this shit just was fucking demonic and bugged out. So look at this video. And I'm like, nah, no fucking way that brother ever did no dumb shit like that. Or, just, nah, no way. No way. You know what I'm saying? And, I don't know him personally. He came up to the camp on 34th once, listened. He went to the apostles, listened and whatnot. So, I don't know his physical features. When you know a person, Like, I could see somebody on the screen, and if it's them, I'll be like, yeah, that's that person. But if you really know somebody, you're like, nah, that's not that person. Even though it looked almost striking exactly like that person, I wouldn't be able to know. But after seeing this, fucking reaction, and this looked like it's really him.
Now, this is a little bit more exaggerated, so you know that it is AI with the exaggeration of drinking and the eating. But there are other models, AI models, in which they're very lifelike. Okay, in which it's very hard to tell. So, and this is what the devil, wants. He wants you not to be uncertain about things.
But after seeing when he grabbed the bread and drank that wine, I'm like, nah, that's fucking AI. But just to show you how wicked this AI shit is getting, and how these wicked ass niggas following after Esau Edom is because Esau Edom is gonna use this technology to frame brothers. And I've said that shit in the past plenty of times.
Exactly like the elder said. Esau Edom is going to use this technology to frame brothers. They'll be able to put you in a situation in which you weren't there and you did something crazy, and that's going to be used as justification to grab you up. Okay, we're in those times, so be prepared for that. Nevertheless, we're going to bring out some scriptures. None of this really is going to, overcome, the elect. Okay, well, let me bring out a precept before we continue on. Okay, Matthew 24. We read this many times, and this is what Yahweh Shai said, right? Matthew 24:24. For there shall arise false messiahs, and Esau is a false messiah. It says Christ, but we know that as anointed or a messiah, and false prophets. Esau is a false prophet. Okay, and shall show great signs and wonders, and this is one of his wonders. Okay, his AI, which if you think about, it's not real. Okay, a lot of this shit that's online is not real. All right, but people have been conditioned in their life. Most people's lives are online. Okay, so they live off of social media. They live off of watching things on TV. That's their news. All right, and if they bring out a video that's very convincing, that uses brothers, in a negative aspect, they already hate the truth. They're gonna be even if they feel that it is AI, they're gonna feed into it. In so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. But nevertheless, okay, they're not going to be able to deceive the elects. So best believe, and I believe this was a video that a scoffer did. And if they can do this, how much more can the beast with billions and billions, with trillions of dollars behind them, with all the highest level technologies and the ability to push it out on all major platforms and blast it in front of people's faces to make them believe it. If they put it on TV enough times or on the internet enough times, all right, the people are going to start to believe it.
And we've said that don't be surprised they try to use AI to try to frame like we did something. So brothers, be on point. Even you Israelites group, you Israelite from other groups or whatever, be on point, stay on point. Every time GMS brothers from the apostles on down make a video about you, it's never a negative thing. It's always reproof. Get the doctrine in order, get right. Teach the truth, teach what it is. Stop, being proud and blah, 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 whatever. So this video right here is just telling all y'all Israelites to stay on point. Because if a nigga could get his hand on this type of technology and this type of craft, so to speak, what you think Esau got? And I believe the nigga that did the video, he's towards the end of this video. So let me just play, because even the apostles is on it. That shit bugged out. Look, once I seen that, I was like, nope.
See, they even got the apostles. You see that? So this is just, because remember, we done videos, for decades, starting with our apostles and elders. So we all over the internet. Okay, our voices are all over the internet. They can copy our voices. Okay, they have, and we do so many videos, they have thousands of hours of us online. Okay, with our speech patterns and different little jokes that we see. They can build a character. They have it. They can build us and make us a digital AI copy of us. And so much so that it can deceive your family members, like, yeah, that's my son, or that's my, yeah, they look just like him. Okay, we got tens of hours of us online. So all they need is just a video.
Fact, I mean, they damn near look like the apostles, bro. Look at this shit. I'm not even gonna play too much, but it damn near looked like the apostles. You know, it damn near looked like the apostles, but you could look at it and be like, nah, something's off. Forget about the food, you know, the bread and shit, but you just tell something's off. Elder Big Gad in the back, you know, I know, I've been around that man since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? It resembles, but that you could tell that's not him. You know? This shit bugged out.
You see that? This is bugged out, but it's easy for them to do something that's believable. Okay?
Bugged out, bro.
And then you see how it's all these Israelites, all the different Israelite camps.
ISUPK member, General. I'm not sure who this is. I'm not sure who this is.
So you get the point there. You get the point. Okay. Let's there was a couple other. Right, okay, here's this video here. If fair use, you know I'm using other people's videos. Fair use. Okay, this is from Sebastian Jeffries. He has about 119,000 subscribers. This video has 121,000 views a month ago. And the video title, "It's Over. This new AI can copy anyone's face in video." See? So let's play this. Fair use.
AI video is about to break the internet with one anime because now you can literally face swap with video and turn yourself into anyone you want. You can even put yourself in any video or any movie scene. And the craziest part is you don't even need any complicated softwares. You literally just press a few buttons and it's honestly that simple. So this is a new tool called One 2.2 Anime. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to use it, the best ways you can use it.
So let's run that back again. He's showing you how you can swap, you know, he's giving you an example of how this technology can, you know, swap your face. And then he's literally showing you how to use the technology. I'm gonna show you. He's basically, this is like a tutorial. So again, this is like a woman, but this is him, but the face is swapped. So they can do some way out shit with this AI technology, which is literally a demon. Okay? And you don't think the powers that be are not concocting things right now to blame the ministry, to say that, you know, a particular Israelite group did this, did that. Maybe they might make up some actual characters to do it that they don't even exist and run the psyop. Or they might take, you know, brothers' faces and have them do or say particular things. Okay?
AI video is about to break the internet with one anime because now you can literally face swap with video and turn yourself into anyone you want. You can even put yourself in any video or any movie scene. And the craziest part is you don't even need any complicated softwares. You literally just press a few buttons.
You just press a few buttons. So this is low level technology. This is what, you know, regular people have. Again, what about the individuals that have the highest level of the technology? Okay, let's go to another video. Now I was trying to find, there's a whole bunch of like AI prank videos. Let's just click one. But it's this dude that goes around, and you know, more copycats are, you know, doing the same thing as well, that are using AI pranks. They'll take like a picture of somebody or a video of somebody unknowingly at like a Walmart or a Target or some place, and they'll put it through an AI and have them do some way out shit. Let's see. Let's play this. Computer's going a little slow.
There's someone downstairs kissing the mannequin. Was that you?
No.
We sent the video.
Yeah, can you show me?
Is that you?
Yeah, I was just sitting and then I was just relaxing.
Good look.
I never even got on it.
You see that?
I wanted a proof from the store camera.
Oh.
Can you show me? Is that me? No. Let's call
go.
the cops.
Let's go.
can you please call cops? I was just sleeping there. I was too tired. I'm a Canadian citizen. I was traveling to the States. Why I will do that? So I wanted surveillance camera to look at this and then do. I wanted to sue the store and I wanted to see the surveillance camera and then he say, did you do this to me? I never did this because I'm a married man. I'm super tired. I was tired and then I was just sitting like this and sleeping like because I'm super tired. But I don't know how.
But you see that, right? And this is like, there's a whole bunch of pranks like this of, you know, individuals going around with this technology on their phone. You know, somebody right there just unknowingly, they'll take a video of them and then they can make them do some way out shit. So I'm not going to go through all these different videos, but I'm just painting a picture and showing you how this technology can be used and will be used, okay, against, okay, us, the Israelites. This is the rise of the machines. And Esau, Edom, or the small hat is behind all this, the wicked elite Esau. Okay, and he's there to blame the ministry. Let's get Revelation 12. I believe it's in Revelation 12. Okay, because he's gonna fail. Nevertheless, okay, he's gonna get to it. He's gonna do it. Okay. Right? Revelation 12 and 10. All right, it says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. Okay, yeah. And Esau knows that he's going down. Jacob is Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Esau knows that the rise of the Israelites signifies his downfall. So what is he doing? Now he's on the defense, really, but now he's on the offense. Right? This is all this is due to him, you know, understanding that, damn, my time is up. So he's like a little kid. If I can't have the toy, nobody can have the toy. They'll throw it out the window or something, or they'll throw it in the toilet. If you know, I don't want the toy really, but I don't want you to play with it. So the Lord is about to violently take him out of the planet Earth and take away his stewardship. And, well, you could just see how he destroyed the earth for just a few hundred years that he's been in power, and much more, you know, with the rise of his technology, especially AI. And mind you, the AI it's been actually, you know, here for a while, but now they start rolling out the last 4 or 5 years. For the accuser of our brethren, let's look at this word accuser before we go on, because that's all he does. He accuses Jacob. Okay, you're the rapist, you're the thief, you're the murderer. You know, you're the vandalizer. You don't want to work. You steal things, which some of those things are true. You do have a portion of our people that have been, you know, deceived by the devil. Remember, the scriptures say, let's bring it out before we follow through on this scripture. Okay, Proverbs 12:26, one of my favorite scriptures. Proverbs 12:26, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. See? So these jakes that are out here all messed up in the head, it's because of Esau. Okay? Esau giving them, I can't blame Esau all the way, because Jake is wicked. But Jake has never been this wicked. Jake has never been this out of order. You know, there's another scripture. How hast thou become a degenerate? I think Jeremiah, a degenerate vine unto me. Okay. Let's find that. Right, Jeremiah. So just reflecting back on that scripture, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. So even our people in the lowest state is still preferred over Esau, Edom. And you got these Genesis guys saying that that, you know, the nations can make it, Esau can repent. Now they're going into different books. They're going into changing the story of the flood and saying now, you know, more than 8 people were saved. The Nephilim, they reincarnated, just completely completely bugged out, and you're gonna have that. So, can you blame Esau for that? Yeah, I mean you can't blame Esau, but these are the same guys coming back in their lot of the false prophets, and then you have our people that sold out to the Romans, sold out to the Babylonians, sold out to the Egyptians. Remember, you had a lot of our people coming out of Egypt that wanted to go back to Egypt because they were living comfortable. Just like you got a nice chunk of Jake. Not all Jake is in poverty. Okay, not all Jake is in poverty. You do have a portion of our people that are in these that are in these positions that might have had nice, comfortable positions. You know, they got retirement and they got, you know, what's the other one they get? You know, they get. I forget what it. I forget the term. I forget the program they go through where, you know, you get money at the end of you working. Or I forget, but they get all these different, you know, benefits. You know, 401ks and shit like that, and pensions. Certain Jakes that, you know, work at a company 30 years, got a pension, you know, bought a home, you know, in the 80s or in the 70s or the early 2000s, and kind of locked into a good deal, locked into a good, you know, these baby boomers and millennial, you know, locked into a good position, a good situation, and relatively been okay, you know, higher up in the military, higher up in government. Okay, you got a lot of Jakes that, you know, are high up in Esau's government, making 100K, 200K, 300K. There's guys like that. There's Jakes like that. Okay, but you do have a large portion of our even I'll say this, even within that, Jake is degenerate. Because what do? They start to they practice the heathenistic customs. You know, they'll be into witchcraft, they'll be into Buddhism, they'll be into Hinduism, they'll be into Islam, they'll be into Christianity with a little mix of this, a little mix of that. Okay? They be into orgies, they be into, you know, all manner of just degeneracy, right? Jeremiah 2:21. Yet I have planted thee a noble vine. How did the Lord do that? Well, he gave us the law, statutes, commandments. He made a covenant with us. All right, well, the scriptures say that the creatures, it was made subject to vanity. We were supposed to go off. Okay, we were supposed to go off. That's how the story set up. And then there was a elect that was supposed to come back. And the rest of our people, they were just going to degenerate unto these strange plants. I'm kind of jumping the gun. In which the Lord was just going to burn them up. All right, because when you have a plant that you cultivated and it's just, you come back and that shit look crazy, and maybe you planted this one apple tree and it's doing good, and you know it's an heirloom apple tree, and you come back 5 years later and the apples are poisonous. You're like, what the fuck? You eat an apple and you drop dead. You know, you gotta burn that shit. So that's pretty much Jake. Jake here in America, they're getting ready to be burned up. Okay, yet I have planted thee a noble vine, holy a right seed. We were supposed to be the example of righteousness down here on earth. Now, when you ask any of these nations, and even our people, the first thing you look at or comes to mind with a so-called black Hispanic is negativity. Okay, is crime. And that's part of, we're going to go back to Revelation, that's part of the accusation. Because that's not nearly the case, but it is part of it. We see here, especially at Great Millstone, we don't, you know, just blame the so-called white man, which he is to blame, and then, you know, we don't take any accountability for the things that we did. We repented. We're constantly repenting daily, and we don't allow, you know, or justify the wickedness of our people. We condemn it. We condemn everybody. Okay, everybody that needs to be condemned. Okay, we rebuke everybody that needs to be rebuked. We reprove everybody that needs to be reproved. All right, the thing is that the Lord, he has particular vessels that when they do get rebuked and reproved and corrected, they acknowledge it and they start to do better. See, our people, they've heard the rebuke, the correction, the reprovement, and they say, to hell with that. Okay, it says, how art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? Yeah, because you over here following after the ways of Esau, and it doesn't mesh. You You can't be on coke all the goddamn time. Esau, he can be on coke and run a Fortune 500 company. Like, he can do that. All right, Jake, you do that, and you know, you all messed up. You know, your teeth start falling out. Your marriage is all jacked up. Okay, your cars start getting repossessed. Your houses get foreclosed on. Your children, they go astray. You might have how many in all our families, you got some of the women in our family are lesbians, some of the men in our family are homosexuals. That's not the example that Israel was supposed to show the earth. Okay? Nevertheless, Esau, he has amplified that. He's made sure that all our nakedness is out in front of the whole world. And he makes sure he'll pay off these entertainers, give these entertainers, I mean, exorbitant amount of money. Like, God damn, this nigga getting $30 million, $50 million, $100 million. Like, you got Floyd make $300 million to fight somebody. And what is the example? Is Floyd a great example of, you know, black excellence, so to speak? Or maybe black excellence. I guess whatever black excellence is supposed to be, which is nothing other than another form of degeneracy with some money. And these jakes who get money, I want to bring out another scripture. These jakes who get money, okay, they become even more degenerate, because that opens them up to a whole nother world of wickedness. Okay. Habakkuk 2:15, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink. And that's essentially what Esau gave Jake, philosophy. Okay, what did he tell the woman? You're free. You don't need a man. Okay, you're free. You can do whatever you want. You're powerful. Black girl magic. And look what that has done. Man, you talk to any of the look. You talk to the black woman, she's completely bugged out. Just in conversation, a black woman told me I'm crazy. And then she's like, no, I'm really crazy. I'm like, God damn, like, she pretty much like doubled down. I believe that the word was crazy. Yeah, I believe the word was crazy. It was like, yeah, I'm crazy. I'm like, all right, okay. No, I'm actually really crazy. And just like, I'm like, God damn, this bitch is crazy. Okay. But that was part of that drink that Esau gave to you, right? When you go up in this chapter, it says that because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. Now the blame is on you. You can't say you accepted his philosophy. You turned back from your ways. You forgot the Holy One of Israel. Holy means separate. All right, because we were supposed to be separate to all these nations, and it seems like Jake wants to be part of all these nations, which is your downfall. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. So now Jake's nakedness is all out there, but it was because of Esau. So let's go back to Revelation 12. Right, that word accuse is categoreo. Categorize you. And AI is very good at categorizing things. That's one of his strengths, because all it does is just take data, and within seconds it can put this shit together. It's amazing, right? It is a miracle. Remember, it's one of his false miracles. Okay, one of his pseudo miracles. Okay. That word accuse, before a judge to make accusation, an extrajudicial accusation. Okay, and that's what he's doing before not only the people, okay, but the whole world. Okay, so you go to China, these are criminals. Okay, I remember it was years back. It was during it was during the whole COVID thing. And it was a time in which, if you remember, it was for a couple of months, that so-called, it was black crime against Asians. And they were really magnifying that, you know, with black people just beating up old, decrepit, you know, Asian people, so-called Asian people, right? And they had that over the news, like damn near every day was a story of Jake, you know, robbing an Asian person and throwing them to the ground. The Asian person dies. You know, there was really exemplifying or amplifying crime, black crime against Asian. Of course, it was a distraction. And yeah, Jake is doing some of those things too. But what about what Moab done to Jake? Okay, giving him fake food, feeding him cat and dog, scamming them, you know, all type of shit, right? They played a part in our captivity as well. Read Psalms, the 83rd chapter. See, all these nations, within the gospel, all these nations get addressed. And see, that's what this world and these people, that's what they hate. Because not only from Esau, Edom, but the heathen nations, all of them, the Ethiopians, Somalians, the so-called Asian, Moab, Ammon, Japanese, Chinese, right? But also 2/3 of Jake, and then also us in the truth too. Everybody gets addressed. The word is here to cut all of us. All right, now certain cuts are going to be healed back up. Okay, and certain cuts are going to bleed out into destruction. Okay, but they were pushing black on Asian crime. So the story is, I'm going to camp, right, and I'm in the Bay Area, and it's a lot of Moabites in Ammon. That's like a stronghold. When you go to the Bay Area, you're gonna see a lot of so-called Asian, so-called Pacific Islanders. You know what I mean? Japhet and Moab and Ammon, right? You know, Nepalese and Tibetan, right? So it was this Moabite dude, you know, in his 30, 35, 40, and he had a son, maybe no more than 8 years old. And I'm walking to the BART, which is the train station to go to San Francisco, so we can, you know, preach and hold camp. And he sees me about 50 yards. He was coming out of a building. He sees me about 50 yards. He looks at me, and I'm just walking like, what the fuck is wrong with this? He walks in, and he runs. And he takes his son, and he runs and goes hides in a corner. What the fuck? But that was when the whole thing of Esau was pushing Jake coming against Moab and beating Moab up. So that's part of it. I seen it with my own two eyes. I experienced it. That had an effect on the people. That had an effect on. There was all, you know, the Moabite was scared to the point where he grabbed his son and they ran and hid in a corner. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? I ain't gonna do nothing to you. But that's the image. That's the accusation. That's the category. He put Jake into a category. Okay, Revelation 12:10. And I heard a loud voice in heaven. Now has come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. For the accuser, of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. This is what he does. Day and night he accuses us. Okay, he prays to Yahweh. Okay, he prays to these different gods to come against us, to kill us, to destroy us. Okay, and now he has some crazy ass technology, AI. He has AI technology now, okay, to even accuse us even more in the sense of he could just do a deep fake. Like I just showed you the video, a couple videos. Oh, let's play this video. This is from Inside Edition. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Let me speed this up because they be tripping sometimes, right? And you see this chick right here. This is AI. This is AI generated. All right, a nice little look, kind of Latin, maybe white Latin. She don't look fully. She look more Latin with blonde hair. All right, but let's play this. Fair use.
Ladies, imagine you're at work and your significant other sends you this, a sexy maid cleaning your house while your man is home alone. Well, that's what Joe Mealy sent his girlfriend, leading to this text exchange. The cleaning lady's here. What? Thought we could use the help. No, we don't need the help. Tell her to get off the couch and get out. She sure looks like the real deal.
Yeah, she looked like an Edomite here.
It's actually fake, created with AI. Yep, it's all just a prank.
I was just playing around with the software that I had. I would just take a picture at a random point at my house, and then I was like describing what I want. So like attractive cleaning lady sweeping.
You see that? So this is some just technology that you could have on your phone or your computer. That's a lot of it is free. They could just put you, and the shit look real. You know, even in this picture, they even have it to where you can see the shadow of the broom, the shadow of the woman. You know what I mean? Like you were taking a picture of her, and you could see the, you know, even on the couch, it's like the actual indent in the couch, like you were stepping on the couch, where the shit, and this is their house, and you could just put a random person in the house, And there's a lot of so-called pranks, AI pranks going on, you know, which, people bugging out. So people are hip to it, but nevertheless, there's the Esau definitely is going to use this technology, this deep fake technology, against the truth. Why wouldn't he? His blessing was a sword, and this is part of his sword, the accusation. Okay, he's gonna paint it. So don't be surprised when you see your face, especially you brothers out there teaching. You see your face, out there on TV or on the internet saying you did this. You grape the 14-year-old. They can literally just fabricate it. How many Jakes are in jail because of the police just fabricating shit? How many? The thing is, it's not going to be successful. That's the point. I'm not going to make this video long. It's not going to be successful. We're going to bring out that scripture. Okay, because this is going to be used as a weapon. AI is going to be used as a weapon. And Esau is getting you accustomed to these things. Let's play it.
Walls or attractive cleaning lady standing on the couch. I had her do like pretty ridiculous things.
Women are getting in on the fun too. Phoebe Adams pranked her boyfriend Dan, texting him that a hunky plumber showed up to fix their leaky toilet. He's looking at it now, she texted. Why is he shirtless? Dan replies. I don't know. He said he was hot.
I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Her boyfriend rushes home.
Why was he shirtless? That's like not funny.
I think it turned out really, really well. It's really funny.
It's all fun and games sometimes. With AI technology advancing so much these days, it's difficult to tell what's real and what isn't. And that's leading to some very serious problems.
See that? What's real and what isn't. Most people's lives are online, seeing things, not actually experiencing things, right? So let's I want to play this video. I haven't watched this video yet. I put it in like a playlist to come, get to it in a video. So this is about AI, so let's play this too. We'll play a little bit of this. Fair use, again, fair use. Before I go there, I want to bring out 2 Corinthians. Okay, we can see right through the devil, all right? The Lord gave us the spirit of discernment. And see, this is the thing. We know our enemy. We know our enemies in the shadows, concocting things as we speak. Okay, everything's a distraction to take our mind away from the things that are actually at hand. Okay, and this is nothing but the Terminator, the rise of the machines, a Skynet. Okay, I'll play another video and maybe get another video that the elder Quanah Waff out in the Bay Area, he sent out to. We might play that one too. We'll just see. Or I might say that one for a different video, but we'll just see. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, right? And these are part of his devices. And he's got a bigger tool now. He's got a more stronger tool, if you will, in his fight. Okay, and it's really against the Hebrew Israelites. Really, it's against Jacob. It's against the Most High, but it's going to fail miserably. It's going to fail. Esau, you lost. The scriptures tell you that you lost, but nevertheless, he's going to go through it because he doesn't believe the scriptures. Okay, so let's play this. This is from Michael Smirner Konish. I don't know, you like small, it could be a small hat. All right, will 71,000 subscribers. This has 95,000 views. Will guaranteed income save us from AI? So AI is the big boogeyman, and you can't these enemies that Esau Edom is pushing out there to the people. AI is taking all these jobs. You can't actually grab onto AI and say no, stop it. You can't grab AI and say, this is wrong. You're not supposed to do that. So it's these imaginary boogeymen who's actually rolling out this technology. And they showed you in these movies. So you people thought that, not you brothers and sisters that are in the know, but these people thought that, it was just entertainment in these movies. It was just entertainment. No, there's a lot of hitting messaging. Okay. Predictive programming. Okay. You have, what's the dude's name out in the UK? He says predictive or preemptive programming. David Icke out in the UK. He's like a truther, like an Alex Jones, UK equivalent of an Alex Jones. He's an insider. He calls it preemptive programming. All right, here we call it predictive programming. Same fucking thing, right? Esau uses his mediums to, you know, paint a picture and put it and put it in your subconscious. Okay, it's all about it's all witchcraft. Okay.
There's nothing artificial about job loss. I'm Michael Smerconish in the Philly Burbs. AI is no longer an abstract threat. It's causing job loss right now, and the headlines, they tell the story. The Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, on Wednesday released a study that found that artificial intelligence can already replace 11.7% of the U.S. labor market, or as much as 1.2 trillion in wages across.
See that? So where does that money go? All right, and it's going to be harder to get a job. This is why now what? Guaranteed income, universal basic income. It's sounding a little bit more attractive now. You're starting to hear about that a little bit more. Is it, you know? This is the whole plan in the beginning. They do things in stages. Okay, gradualism.
Finance, healthcare, and professional services. The New York Times recently reported that Amazon is on the cusp of replacing what would be 600,000 warehouse jobs with robots and plans to automate 75% of its operations. CNBC reporting that Salesforce, Walmart, Paramount, UPS, YouTube, and Meta have all announced new rounds of layoffs attributable to AI, with nearly 1 million job cuts nationwide this year. That's the job loss that we can measure. Now consider what some are predicting about the future. Goldman Sachs estimating that 6 to 7% of the U.S. workforce could be displaced due to AI adoption. They do note, however, that the impact may only be transitory because new opportunities created by AI might ultimately put people to work in other capacities. A report by the McKinsey Global Institute finding that AI could displace 40% of American jobs due to automation by 2030. That analysis found that robots and AI agents could automate more than half of U.S. work hours, both manual and cognitive.
So everything is going to be about AI and automation. Basically automating these tasks to where they study decades and decades and decades of studying how the task should be did or done, and then put it in the AI model and have the AI learn how to do that task. Now they don't need you anymore. Okay, so it's about to be real nasty out here, man. It's about to be real nasty. And this is all playing into Jacob's trouble. This is all playing to the end. See, we just don't bring out this information. You got like truthers. They just bring out the information, and that's good. And we take the information and we filter it through the scriptures and let you know what this means for you Israelites, in prophecy. Okay, we're not here with the theatrics and entertainment and the video rap videos and the cookouts. Nah, we're here to give you 100% truth and let you know, thus said Yahweh Bashem Hashah, what's getting ready to happen. And AI is part of prophecy coming to pass. This is leading to the MOTB, the implementation of the MOTB. This is leading to more people accepting AI or technology as part of everyday lives. So much so that they're gonna consider and put the technology inside them. This is no longer fiction. This is starting to be facts. Okay, what they say, the future is now. Let's look at that term. The future is now term. Let's look at AI. See, look, we even use it AI. Is AI a good tool? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could use it for good. We're using AI to bring out more information that help us edify. These people are using AI for nasty shit. You know, real nasty, you know, I don't even want to go into that. You know, and folly. And Esau's using it to trap your ass. The term futures now suggests that advanced technologies and significant changes are happening in the present. Right, we're not talking about the future, we're talking about right now. This is happening right now. And the newer generation, the children that are growing up now, that's all they know. All they know, they're coming into a world where you got fucking AI and computers and iPhones and FaceTime, and children didn't speak to, you know, their parents over fucking FaceTime in the past. Not even 20 years ago. Really, not even 10 years ago. Where you have videos, Zoom, and you had all this shit. You didn't have all that. You know, you spoke to them on the phone. Even prior to that, you didn't speak to them unless you saw them. So significantly, I must bring out Daniel, the 12th chapter. I must. Daniel 12 and 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. now we're at the end, okay, and what? The book has been opened. Revelation, the 5th chapter, Yahweh Shai opened the book. So now we have the understanding of what all the prophets saw and did not understand. They saw the times that we were in, okay? And they're like, ooh, this is not a good time. There's going to be a lot of destruction. Nevertheless, the elect are going to be saved through this. This is what they all echoed, okay? But they saw the technology, but they did not understand it. Because this technology is relatively new within the last 100 years. It's crazy. But this is indicative of this scripture right here that we're reading. Let me read it again from the top. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. And that's, pretty much AI is, knowledge increasing. Okay, science. That's what the word science means, knowledge, scientia, which means to know or knowledge. Yeah, there's a lot of things, we are more knowledgeable. But do people have less wisdom and understanding? They're more knowledgeable, but they can't apply that knowledge. Okay, this knowledge this is the knowledge of good and evil. Okay, Esau is giving you that fruit basically. Okay, and he's tapping into the left hand side of the evil, but it's of course the devil. It's packaged and presented like it's going to help you. This is why he's known, as the light bearer. Lucifer, right? Which is light is dark.
Technology that's available today if companies redesign how they'll do things in the future. The World Economic Forum projecting that 92 million jobs worldwide may be displaced by 2030. Ford's CEO saying that AI could replace half of all white-collar workers there. NYU professor Scott Galloway predicting that AI will hit middle management first, noting that 6% drop in managers at public companies since 2022. So here we are. AI.
You're not going to need a manager when you got AI that can fucking do that shit, instantly and, without any mistakes, and doesn't need a lunch break. You don't have to fucking pay it. You just got to have like a computer guy to make sure everything's running smooth.
Eliminating jobs, more automation coming. If millions of people lose work, how will they support themselves? This is where an idea from the 2020 presidential campaign returns to the conversation. Universal Basic Income, or UBI. The concept pretty straightforward. Every American adult will receive a set check each.
This concept, universal basic income, it keeps popping up. First it was like every once in a while, then maybe every 5 years, then maybe every 3 years, and maybe every 2 years. But now this concept now is starting to, break through onto mainstream media. Okay, and it's starting to be relevant now. And the excuse is, see, what the elites like is you can't physically blame nobody for something. Like the COVID. You couldn't physically grab the COVID up and say, stop. It was this mysterious disease that was just floating in the air. And now, really, the people, they were blaming each other. See, you coughed, and I got it. Which was all bullshit, but that's another day for another video.
Month for Cook County, Illinois, which includes Chicago, this concept just became reality. The Cook County Board of Commissioners unanimously approved its 2026 budget proposal just this month. It includes $7.5 million for a guaranteed basic income program.
See? So, and I did a video, years back. You already had pilot programs of universal basic income in all these states and in different countries. They've been moving along with the pilot program as well as with the CBDCs. They've been have pilot programs, but it's not known unto mainstream media. There's like a blackout. There's a gag order. They can't really speak about it only when the elites want them to speak about it.
Commissioners approved it after the success of a pilot program.
See?
The county provided $500 a
See?
month.
Let's go back. They approved it. They did the pilot program some years back, and now it's put in the budget now.
Commissioners unanimously approved its 2026 budget proposal. Concept pretty straightforward. Every American adult would receive a set check each month. For Cook County, Illinois, which includes Chicago, this concept just became reality. The Cook County Board of Commissioners unanimously approved its 2026 budget proposal just this month. It includes $7.5 million for a guaranteed basic income program. Commissioners approved it after the success of a pilot program. where the county provided $500 a month to 3,200 households over 2 years. Survey findings based on that pilot revealed that 94% of the program recipients used the funds to address financial emergencies. 75% reported feeling more financially secure. 70% said that the program had a positive impact on mental health. Of course, there's the question of how do you pay for it? In the case of Cook County, as a result of the decrease in commercial real estate values, everybody's property taxes are now sky high. In Chicago, rising 16.7%, the largest jump in at least 30 years. West Garfield Park saw an increase of 133%, North Lawndale 99%, Inglewood 82.5%. And there's pushback from the Illinois Policy Institute, which cites concerns about workforce and income effects. Quote, Cook County is making its guaranteed income pilot.
And how they'll do it is, see, AI is doing all the jobs for us and making everything efficient. So really, that money we can spend on you. I mean, it's a big joke. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. Nevertheless, the devil is going to go through with it, and most people are going to be deceived. Remember, the people were deceived. Oh, here you guys talk about the C-hip again. Talk about the mark of the beast. Yeah, because that's where everything is leading to. All right, this is all distractions leading into that system. But they need to build the system and for the people to be comfortable in the system for the system to actually work. Because the ultimate goal is to put that technology inside you. You can watch this more if you want. I just put it there just for, so you can see how AI is taking over, and how it's going to be used as a weapon, and in this case, it's being used as a weapon to destroy the economy. Okay, but it's not like an actual enemy that the people can stop, because a lot of people have accepted this technology. Oh, it's cool. This is cool technology. Ask ChatGPT all these things, and it can do this. It can do all that. But that's going to lead you to what's making the people more stupider. It's making the people more dependent on the technology, and it's taking your jobs.
Permanent.
Okay, done there. Let's play
Also
this.
developing right now, new police dispatch audio suggests an unusual source may hold some critical answers in a recent deadly San Francisco shooting. And that's despite the fact that an arrest has already been made. Today in the Bay's Ginger Conejero joins us live in San Francisco this morning. This is a really interesting case, and it could span huge areas. Ginger, what are you learning?
Yeah, you're right, Laura. Police so far are not commenting on the investigation that is still ongoing. But take a listen to this broadcastify recording of one of the dispatch calls.
We're getting a call from Waymo regarding the April 217. They are calling in advising the shooting occurred directly behind one of their Waymo vehicles traveling eastbound 16th. Group involved in the altercation hit the back of the Waymo.
So that's audio from early Sunday morning when two people were shot near 16th and Valencia here in San Francisco. Dispatch apparently received the call from Waymo, letting them know it happened directly behind one of its cars. One of the victims died, the second was critically injured, and the suspect was later arrested. But one legal analyst believes the incident is raising questions about the relationship between law enforcement and driverless car companies.
Seems to be
Right. If you didn't know, Waymo is a driverless car company, and they're deep in San Francisco, and they just drive around, pick people up, but they're constantly video recording and snapping photos. So they're being used they're like an extension of the police force. So this is nothing other than Skynet being. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna watch the Terminators, the Terminator movies, because you got Terminators. And then the movie after that is actually The Matrix. It's really one movie altogether. Okay, the black woman, she created that. And of course they have Zion. Neil's supposed to be the one, right? Basically, Esau and his technology is being used, really to imprison the whole world. He doesn't need troops, which he's going to use the troops because people are going to go crazy. He's going to use the troops. You see that in the movie The Running Man, in the first Running Man, in the scenes they had the food riots, because there are going to be famines, and they were told to destroy, pretty much take the people out that were rioting because there was a lack of food. So if you people think that the scriptures are not true and you don't actually see what's going on, hey, there's nothing that we can do for you. You just gonna get caught up in that, right? So I'm done there. We saw that. Let me just hit you with Isaiah. I think it's 45. No. 54. All right, and then let me get Revelation. I believe that's 15. Right. Revelation, I'm sorry, we'll read that next. Isaiah 54 and 17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. So, yeah, Esau's going to use this as a weapon against the truth. But again, it's not going to prosper. Some of us are going to be accused of doing particular acts, and some of us are going to be thrown in prison. The scriptures speak about that. Also, how they're going to take away our goods, cast them out of our houses, put us in detention centers, right? You know, try to get us to take the MOTB. All right, so the Lord has already given us the heads up, and has told us to speak, all right, and prophesy to the house of Israel and tell them, thus said Yahweh Bashar, hey, these are the things that are getting ready to happen. These are the things that you need to do to prepare. Okay, we got to build up, we're building up our faith. That's the most important thing. You can get overwhelmed with the things and cares of this fucking world, man, which is all bullshit. Okay, this is why we have to lean on Yahweh Bashar even more until we're creeping up into that evil day, man. You already got Jake's, ICE already, grabbing Jake's up, disappearing him. That's Jacob's trouble. No weapon formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. Yeah, so we've been given the license, the authority from on high to condemn this place. And anybody that rises up against us in judgment, we are to condemn. So we're condemning Esau, we're condemning the other nations, and we're condemning 2/3. Okay, and you wicked Israelites that come against the truth, we're condemning all you. Let me finish. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, the prophets, and their righteousness is of me, said the Lord. Right, our righteousness is not of this world. The justification of what's a good citizen, that comes from Yahweh Shemashai. We are worried if we are in his good graces, not if we are in the good graces of Esau. Now the scriptures say, when a man's ways please the Lord, even his enemy shall be at peace with him. So that's true as well. Nevertheless, Esau, he's coming to the point to where he's gonna come after us, and he's not gonna worry about what group you're in. He just gonna see red. The scriptures say how he's gonna be as a madman, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. And that's the Israelites as a whole. Jake has a zeal, but not according to knowledge. Jake will not do particular things. And then some Jakes, they will do a little bit of everything and go above and beyond. That's Jake too. So let me just read this last scripture. Okay, bear with me. And then we'll just wrap it up. Okay. This is Revelation 15:2. And I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten victory over the beast. See? Victory. Okay, this beast system that's is literally being set up right before our eyes, and that's why there's so much fucking distraction. And I want to go into a lesson. I'm building that lesson, Lord's will. I want to go into the lesson about the folly and all the distractions that are out there. Okay, from the Israelites that are trying to take your mind from what's going on to all the folly and all the entertainment that's going on. Lord's will, we'll see, if I can, do that lesson as well. I got a couple of videos that I want to go into that are just like, oh my goodness. But nevertheless, the remnant, John the Revelator, he saw all these things happening. He saw the great destruction. He saw the people taking a chip. He saw the nuclear fire. He saw all the chaos. But he also saw the elect that got beamed up, looking down at the lake of fire, the destruction here in America. Okay, that's the sea of glass mingled with fire. Okay, he saw the elect there, that got victory over the beast. Okay, Esau. Okay, the Roman Empire coming back. All right, in the reincarnation through the biblical Edomites. All right, starting with America, NATO, and the EU. These are the people that's causing all this problem. Russia don't really have an influence like that over the world. China don't have an influence like that over the world. The so-called West Asian, Middle Eastern countries, they don't have an influence. America has that influence. Jeremiah the 51st chapter, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, which made all the earth drunken. Okay, we didn't go into it, but in Habakkuk 2, we only read Habakkuk 2 and 15, where it says, "Woe unto him that giveth his neighbors drink." That's that philosophy, the alternative lifestyle, so to speak. Do as our will, the Satanism. That's what he's given. That's what he's done. He transgressed by wine. And the Lord is the one who made Esau do all this. He got the whole earth drunken off of, because sin does feel good for a moment. But the wages of sin is death. Ultimately, it brings death. All right, but sin can so-called bring pleasure. And I saw it were as a sin of glass mingled with fire, and them that got victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High. So the elect got victory over this beast system, okay, which is the image, okay, the mark, okay, everything that this system entails to control the whole earth through this digital means, especially when he brings in an MAR to the K, which is the mark of the beast, which we already know what it is. See, we already know what it is. You know what we teach. You know that we teach that the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip. You know that. And we have not switched on that. We are not uncertain. We're not calling it sin. That's not what it is. Okay? And we see that system being set up, and we see AI a big portion or a big aspect of the end and the system being set up. And that's going to be used to blame some of us, man. To blame the ministry as a whole. To blame the Hebrew Israelites. Are in a course to create more psyops and distractions. But nevertheless, the elect still got victory, and the elect will not be deceived by none of these things, okay? So until next time, and we cursing it out. Until next time, shalom to the elect.